guys. Happy fall. I can officially say happy fall. Welcome back. I missed last week because I was on holiday with my children for fall break. It feels like fall here in Georgia for today, and right now it could change tomorrow. So happy fall. I'm going to continue the series on destructive emotions, and today I want to talk to you about one that we like to keep closer to the vest because oftentimes we can feel ashamed, and that's loneliness. We don't like to admit when we feel lonely because we view it as kind of a pathetic emotion to feel. We're afraid people are going to judge us and think that we don't have friends, or we don't know how to be social, or all kinds of things that we get afraid in admitting that we feel lonely. So that's one. We just don't want to admit that oftentimes, but we all face it and we all deal with it. I want to be really clear that there's a difference between alone and loneliness. Alone oftentimes can mean mental or physical freedom, pulling back. It creates space for you. There are personality types, especially those who are introverts, that when they pull back and they spend time alone, that is what refuels them. That's not what I'm talking about today. Today, I'm talking about loneliness. And loneliness is more of a feeling of isolation, feeling emotionally abandoned. The problem is that when loneliness becomes chronic, it's pretty destructive. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness leads to high blood pressure, it makes us vulnerable to infection, and there's a higher risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's certainly one that we want to address if that's what we're feeling, and especially if we continue to feel it for long periods of time. So I'm going to give you a few ways to deal with loneliness. And I'm going to do something that I never do because I'm not really good at it, but I'm going to give you an acronym. Maybe it'll help you remember how you can deal with loneliness, or if you have a friend or someone you love who's dealing with loneliness, maybe you can help them. Number one, well, here's my acronym, the ABCs and the apostrophe S. The first one, A, is ask. You guys know I'm all about identifying. Identify what am I missing and what is it that I need or want. Identify where the loneliness feeling is coming from. And of course, I want you to jot it down. Writing things down engages both the left and the right side of our brain. So it's really important. Just write it down. I'm not asking you to journal pages about it. Write down what you're missing. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? B, be productive. Engage in a creative way. If you're artistic, do something in your artisticness. If you draw or paint or whatever you do, play music, do something that engages you artistically. I want you to be productive in a creative way. So this might mean rearrange your room, clean out a junk drawer, clean out your refrigerator, bake somebody a cake, or make a meal. But I want you to be productive in a creative way. So that's B. C, I want you to calm your mind. Instead of allowing your feelings of loneliness to be a burden, lean into it and embrace the alone time. Use it to quiet your mind. Have some mindfulness and some meditation or prayer. This brings peace and it brings acceptance. So calm your mind. And S, for the ABCs, I want you to step back from social media. Because what happens when we embrace, because that's what we do a lot of times, is we go to social media, especially if we're feeling lonely, but what happens is that ensnares us into the trap of comparison. And then we start to feel even worse because we're seeing everybody else's life, that we're seeing the highlights of everybody else's life. That doesn't help. So I want you to step back from social media. And what I want you to do when you step back from social media is I want you to physically make yourself reach out to someone and meet them in person. I want you to get in person with your people. So that's my ABCs. I want you to ask, what's happening? What do I need? B, be productive. C, calm your mind. S, apostrophe S, step back from social media and connect with somebody in person. As always, we're going to dig deeper into this at this week's live. A little bit of a game changer in that we aren't going to meet on Thursday just for this week because I'm out of town and I can't do a live while I'm flying. So we're going to meet on Sunday, but you'll see more about that on my social media, and I hope you can join us. Have a great week, guys.